I only put one dot into a. You're just not okay with the whole knowing things as a person, but not knowing them as a character, or?
She felt personally attacked by everything that had been said.
You know.
Hello.
But we're on stream now.
We are live.
Hello, stream.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again.
Good Morgan.
Do we have my do we have my favourite man there?
He is in there. Yes, he is. He just said hello.
Are we talking about Fred?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fred's everybody's favorite guy until you're in combat.
I do love me some Fred.
Everybody loves Fred.
He's kind of like our Kota's mascot.
We need a Farkum.
So,
Is that the mascot? The mascot occasionally attacked you.
Fair enough.
you guys have picked up the weapons that you want. I'm not going to do a warning today. It's all good. There might be some violence and all that stuff, but it's all good.
Violence?
Zach, just so you know. Hello.
Yes.
I will not give you an extra dice for firearms specialty like that. So.
Wait, what?
Just.
What do you mean?
You stuck your 357 into your firearm specialty. Just so you know, you don't get an extra dice for using it.
No, you told us to put the weapon in there.
I told you to put it in your inventory.
It's in my inventory. It's written down, so I won't forget.
That's because I put it in there.
Bloody hell!
It does specifically say in the rulebook that you can't put a specific weapon in firearm specialty.
Oh, it wasn't.
I know, 'cause
I didn't specifically mean to do it like that.
He
Jesus.
meant to do it for
alright.
his inventory.
It was just there so I
It's
know what I
fine.
have. Bloody hell!
I'm just giving him shit.
Bloody hell. Will you
just
stop
giving him
bloody
shit.
helling? That's a British thing. That's
No,
not
I
American.
won't.
mate.
I will not stop bloody helling you. Bloody hell!
Just because you've got an English wife doesn't mean you can use English words.
English by proxy.
Can I use English words? I've been here for like 8 years.
No.
Yeah, you can.
I lived there for 7, so fuck off.
Doggone, you mean?
Okay, so
Bloody hell.
I will give you guys about 15 minutes to 15, maybe 20 minutes to discuss as far as your plan goes. Talk about what you know.
Yep.
Talk about what you know. Let's get everyone on the same page because I've been talking to
Old married couple. Yes.
some of you
Yes.
today.
We are an old.
yesterday,
We
the
are
day
an old
before,
married couple.
Mhm.
about things. So
Okay, so what do we know as a coterie?
We know the route he's taking.
Right, that's an important thing to know. So she's pointed out on the map where he's starting and where he's going to be leaving the city.
We don't know exactly when he's leaving, but that's something that's monitorable.
Mm-hmm. So, in my expert opinion, or non-expert opinion, whichever way you look at it, we can absolutely not take this guy on. He is a 7th generation Ventru Elder.
7th generation, do we know that?
We do.
you do know that outside in character, that is information you would have.
Okay, so he's the kind of guy who could kill us all by himself.
Yes.
I don't think I got that across last session. Like, I don't think I did that well last session, essentially.
All I knew last session was that he was 1 generation higher than the queen, but I never remember being told what generation.
Yeah. So Queen Anne is an 8th generation, and so that by proxy makes Scarlet 9th generation, as she is the Queen's child. So the Queen is Scarlet's sire. So Scarlet is somebody we also don't want to fuck.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is no amount of prep would put this in terms that would be beneficial to us.
Well, we don't have to kill him.
Yeah. The Queen said she wanted one thing. Can you remember what that is?
She wanted one thing as proof, and she asked you that if you could, to keep the bodyguards intact.
Mm-hmm. And the bodyguards are indeed ghouls.
Okay, that's an odd set of requests.
Which are loyal
What to ask
to...
for.
Yeah, so the ghouls are loyal to Valerius.
I mean, like, in character, but out of character, I'm not sure what kind of bargaining chip we have. I mean, if he knows he can kill us, we can't exactly threaten him, be like, you need to get out of town. So we have no leverage.
So what that essentially means is we need to get to him and we need to try and get him on our side. So I don't think any of our characters are interested in kindred politics.
But you want to betray the queen?
Well, the Queen doesn't have to know we've betrayed her. Because Valerius wants to get out. He wants to escape. Because he has essentially, as far as the Mass Kindred Society knows as the one who's killed Mithras. But what we've got to think about is, who is the person that declared praxis over London?
Okay, just to be clear, John's got 7 pips in wits streetwise and 4 pips in wits politics, and 1 pip in intelligence politics. So at this point, I'm kind of just deferring to Zach because I don't really understand the implications of any of this.
Okay, that's cool. So, who declared praxis of London, and can you remember what year it was declared in?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking anyone.
So, I believe she declared it in like 1940, I believe. Is that correct? Is 1940 or 41? Because we would have been alive
she
still.
declared praxis 1940. Queen Anne became the acting Prince of London in 1940.
And what year was Mithras supposedly assassinated?
1940.
Little bit of a coinkydink.
Right. Are we listening to
Mithras
this?
was assassinated while we were still up.
So, Zach, this isn't meta. At all.
Okay.
Like, all of this information here, you guys were technically around for. You would know. I thought that I was clear enough in giving it, but I guess I wasn't, so I am rectifying that now.
I was originally under the impression that Mithras was assassinated while we were in torpor, so I definitely had been confused.
No, Mithras was assassinated while you were awake.
Were we aware that he'd been assassinated?
Yeah, and you weren't aware, but you had knew that he was gone. Like, you weren't aware of his fate until Queen Anne declared praxis. So yes, at that point you were aware.
So it's... Go on, Michael, sorry.
So we have a viable reason to distrust Queen Anne from the outset.
Okay,
Okay,
I mean, other than the fact that she's a centuries-old venture elder, but yeah. You don't trust vampires.
But we likes her.
I don't think we have any good option, to be honest. Either we go kill this guy in some epic death battle, or we betray the queen, or we run away. That's like our 3 options, I think.
Well, and what you gotta think about is, what is our end game? Why are we doing this?
Because we need the seal.
It's one of the items that we've been asked to collect.
okay, but we've been asked to collect the seal by whom?
So, do you remember how we got the letter?
What was the dude called, the Malkavian guy?
That's
I guess
correct.
what I'm asking is, why are we trusting the person asking us to get these items more than we're trusting anyone else?
That's a good question.
It is a good question. I actually don't have an answer to that.
And I'm not going to give you an answer to that question. I'm going to let you guys decide what you want to do.
Why were we collecting these items again? What was the reason for it?
So, if you'll recall, you were awakened. Let me share this again.
Yeah, there we go.
You were awakened from torpor by some ranking members of the cult of Mithras in modern Knights. After being fed, the man given to you, or the man that awakened you, took you to a one Darius Shirazi. Shirazi said that your bodies had been lost specifically. They were just found, and it was needed for you to bring back Mithras at this time.
Hi, Kiku.
So
I thought
they
we were told
asked
he had
you.
the final death.
What if the Earth just
Yes, but they ask you to bring back Mithras through a ritual.
And the items we need are the clay seal, silver ring,
Yes, that's
bronze
all that
dagger,
matters.
and the cup.
Hi,
Yep,
Kiku.
and the Phrygian cap. Phrygian cap.
Cap,
So-
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
As,
cap.
as John, I think I would venture just to mention, like, it feels like since we've got awake, people have been rushing us from task to task. We haven't even had a single chance to ask why we doing what we doing. I mean, I'm not saying what we should do, but like, I'm a bit confused. Who can we actually trust? I trust y'all. I trust you guys.
So, John, would you not trust the man who brings you back to life and feeds you? Did say do
You
not.
can bring a
invite-
man back to life to kill him later, can't you?
That is true, but would you turn on your sire for any reason whatsoever?
Well, that's a sore point. It's a real sore point, Albert. You know I don't know who my sire is.
I do
told you.
apologize, John.
Can you?
John's just going to storm off for like 2 minutes just to get his temper.
Well,
Yeah,
John, read the letter.
He just glares at you.
I wouldn't actually say that.
that's terrible.
You're like, oh, you don't have a sire and you're illiterate?
I do apologize. I actually didn't know that bit about your character.
That's more fun to pretend you did, though.
Kike.
Definitely.
I'm a bit lost on what to do.
That looks like Kiku.
Okay,
Kike.
so
Hi, Kike.
as far as
Handsome. Wishbone. I'm gonna call him Wishbone.
what are you trying to focus on with your premonition? I'm letting it be a little more focused than the way it normally is.
Well, if killing the dude we are supposed to kill is a good idea.
Okay. So, does this require a rouse check? It does not.
The only thing that's higher is a fucking. That's
So
nice.
I need you to make a rouse check for me first.
Where is it again?
So on the very
I
bottom
see it.
of your character sheet. Yep.
Man.
Perfect. So you do not get hungrier. The beast is kept at bay. And can you also roll me resolve plus auspex, please?
Mutant.
You don't have to do this every time. This is
Mutant
just
wants
since
some
you are
food.
actively invoking your premonition.
He wants Max to come and give him some food.
Ooh, 4 successes and a messy critical.
That's messy.
That is very messy.
We're playing. The guy who's one of the guys talking is actually lives
So-
in Germany right now.
Slipping, calling upon the power of the blood, bringing that up. Laura's eyes turn upwards and flip, and she begins to sway back and forth. Laura, in your mind opens, and focusing on Valerius, the man that you saw in your flashback earlier, you begin to get a bird's eye view flying over London. Your vision
Why
changes.
is there no map?
Everything zooms
'cause
in,
We don't have a map right
and you see his face
now. We're deciding what we're
take
doing.
up
And thank you. The critical fail.
one
Thank
part
you for the follow.
in.
Welcome.
Check this place and double check here. One part in. One part in the docklands, right on the river. And it shifts one more time. And you see the same face, but it's beginning to turn to ash and dust.
Wait,
But
are you
all the
player this
world
time? Yes,
around you
I am
is
the
in
player
flames.
I am a player this time. And what James,
and then you're yanked back.
what Kanila said, this is very theater of the mind. This is my player right here.
Well,
If
I
that makes
tell-
sense.
I am Zach Conrad Tremaine.
I tell my buddies about what I just saw. Well, I think that implies that if you kill him, the bird's gonna burn in some way. Metaphorically. Or maybe just not metaphorically.
Yeah. So, does that make sense to you guys?
Well, Lara, repeat what you said.
Well, I tell you about the vision, and I think it implies that if we kill that dude, then some shit is gonna go down. The bird is gonna set up in flames or something.
Well, I don't understand the vision itself, but I'm happy to go with however you interpret.
I think it's gonna create a lot of chaos if we kill that guy.
Boss,
Maybe we should talk to him after all.
How does Lara interpret this?
That it's probably a bad idea to just kill him. That it's gonna
Mhm.
create a lot of chaos
Critical fail. Hosting.
and unrest and, I don't know, rebellion or something.
So I think I was muted there for a minute.
Yeah. So that premonition kind of in a way backs up Alba's wanting to go to him and explain to him what we found out, and that if he is willing to give us his ring, we can guarantee him safe passage out of the city, and then he can plan whatever he wants to do.
I
Yeah,
think
let's talk to him.
probably it's better to frame it as if he gives us his ring, we can continue to be his moles on the inside. As is, if
Mhm.
he's as powerful as I think he is, us giving him safe passage don't mean a fucking thing.
I'm more interested in what he has to say, to be honest.
Yeah,
What you
it's-
have to
it's a
remember
little
is
bit
the
different
Queen is
from,
going to have many
Dungeons and
loyalists
Dragons.
that are of equal power to him.
She could also have enemies.
Hmm.
Let's have a chat with him and then decide.
And if we are to believe the rumour, then the Tremere could be plotting against her.
What I suggest we do right now is we get someone here to watch him, let us know when he's leaving, and we start right now, head out down the route, and just take a look at it, get a sense of it, get a lay of the land. We can talk
Yeah.
more in the car.
Perhaps, John, but suppose he is driving along and a group of kindred jump out at him. Do you not think he would be on alert? Maybe it would be a good idea to go to him before he sets off?
I wouldn't set up on him like that, would I? No. Not if we're not going to fight him. There's no reason we got to come in hard and fast. We can just
Can we just
But-
get his phone number or something and just make a meeting with him?
is that respectful? I don't know. I don't. Phones is kind of not my thing. I like the personal touch personally, but I don't know.
Yes, Lara does seem to have accustomed to modern technology more than the rest of us.
It's just a problem of finding out his phone number.
And we can look. What was the lady's name? I forget again.
Lady Scarlet?
Yeah, so I look at Lady Scarlet and I will ask her if she happens to have his phone number.
Wait, she's been in the room the whole time?
Yes.
She
Well, I
has
wouldn't have been speaking quite so frankly if I had known that. Yeah,
It's fine.
I think
She
we'd-
hired you. It's
Oh, geez. We're just, oh, do we trust the queen? She's Scarlet standing right there.
and Scarlet says no. You don't trust the queen.
She doesn't trust the Queen. She is the one that hired us for this.
Why would you?
Scarlet is on
it's
our
the-
side.
It's the unwritten rule of kindred that none of them trust each other. Okay,
Mhm.
makes sense.
Exactly.
So, Lady Scarlet pipes up and says, "Look, you don't necessarily need his phone number. If you want to get close to him, the Queen already told you. She has arranged for a safe passage. You don't have to intercept him on the road. You can just go to his home and pick him up."
This is exactly what I have been saying.
Ah, that's true. He's still at home then?
Yeah, he hasn't left yet.
Yeah, then let's go there.
You...
We have all the information we need.
Yep.
Let's
I
go
thought he was
there.
here at the Shard already.
So did I.
No, he was
No.
he was never at the Shard. He would have showed up for Elysium in the beginning and then left.
Oh, so he's already taken the route home.
He's already on the way home, but the
Mhm.
route I gave you was not the way home.
That's
The route I
from-
gave you was the way that he is taking out of the city. The start was where you would intercept him as he passed the Shard, because you guys were going to do the car chase thingy.
Oh, I thought he was leaving from the Shard because you
There's
put the
somewhere
start
here.
point right where the Shard is.
Somewhere
No,
in
that
here.
was just the intercept point. That was your start point. Yeah.
Shit. The way he made it
All
sound
this
last
Marshall
week
stuff is-
was like we
is a
were.
bit
He was already
weird,
there
yeah,
and shit.
complicated, so let's just go to his home.
Yep.
Well, bloody hell.
Make
Just
a friendly
curious.
home visit.
Zach, how did you vote?
Oh.
Did you vote yet?
I did. Sorry, I got my coffee mug right in front of the chat box.
Okay. So we're going to make a friendly home visit. Alright.
Yep.
So, Lady Scarlet, she tells you, look, if you'll remember, I don't think Queen Anne got to say this, so I guess I'll give you the information. So to pick up Valerius, Queen Anne was supposed to send 2 cars and a team of agents who would declare themselves to be James's men, so that Valerius knows they can be trusted. You'll take him by car to Fair Oaks, a private airfield in the west of the city, where he will leave by private jet. A car change halfway through the journey will help shake any of the pursuers. So you're going to take him to a car exchange at an isolated warehouse. And that's where you're supposed to execute him.
Interesting.
Ah, that's all new information.
Yep. Everyone went for the car chase, so... or most people went for the car chase, so... This is the other options.
Okay, let's visit him and pretend to be the escort, I suppose.
Does James have a surname?
No, he doesn't. You're just James's
Right.
men. As in... Probably as in King James.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, then we shall head off. If we're all set then, we should head off to Valerius's house.
Let's go.
Okay. I see an O. What's up, Zach? What about her? Ah. Oh, yes.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Yes.
But this guard can't come into play right now.
Sad.
Because you are using the Queen's own transportation.
Fair.
Should I drive?
No, you have a driver.
Is he as good as I am, though?
Well, he
After
can read,
being in torpor for 70 years, I'm sure he knows his way around the streets of modern London.
and he can read the signs, dear John. Shall we go?
Yes. After John has finished his rather flattering hand motions,
All right. Give me one moment here.
Holy shit, we're actually
This
going
has
to do
changed
something
my
today.
whole life.
We're going to get something done today.
Feels like a romantic comedy. We've changed Azel's whole life.
You have. You have changed my entire life.
Yay.
For the better, though.
Where's that map?
One can only hope.
Clear drawing. Dockward.
Fun fact: if you don't know about the flaw illiterate, it means I can never ever raise my intelligence above 1.
Nice.
It's kind of awesome.
Very good for RP.
Poor John.
Would have been easier to be illiterate 500 years ago, but yeah.
This story
Alright,
takes
so-
place in London in 2012.
Getting in the car. Heading over
We have just spoken
to
from Torpor
the dock.
2 nights previously.
You find yourselves
We are the
in one of the
envoys of Mithras.
swankier neighborhoods of London. This is the
You're
kind
welcome.
of place where violence and gunfire will probably bring the wrong sorts of attention very quickly. Now, if you are acting as... He is at a riverside haven in this expensive and populous neighborhood. Were you guys disguising yourselves in any way?
I mean, we're all very nicely dressed, aren't
Is he expecting Kine?
No,
No.
not necessarily.
we? I keep my sunglasses on.
It's
I
more
have.
of a Queen Anne recognized you, so Valerius will probably also recognize you.
I personally don't think it's a bad thing if he recognises us.
Yeah, I wouldn't change.
We don't want to appear like we're trying to be dishonest to him. If we're to get him to believe us.
All right.
And the premise is we went to Torpor in 1942.
As you make your way there,
They
you
woke
pull
us
up
up
to
2
a
nights
very
ago in
large walled
2012.
villa,
And Mithras has been slain,
and
quote
stepping
unquote.
out of
And
your
we're
own car,
trying to figure
you see that there is
things
also a
out.
car already there. And outside are two human muscle. One male, one female. And they are each standing against the car, silently looking forward, and they seem to be waiting on someone to come out. As they're waiting there, you see Valerius come out of the haven himself, as if he is ready to go. He's just walking down, though, so still have to introduce yourselves.
John positioned himself like a foot back and to the left of Zach.
I make a grand entrance with awe.
I would
Perfect.
also use all.
All activated. The both of you are supernaturally charming. These bodyguards turn towards you, look at you real fast, and they have that dice pool.
Wow.
And they can turn, and then after looking back at you, they struggle to take their vision, turn it right back towards Valerius.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
I get sad.
But Valerius notices you, and he smiles.
The doctor will let us smile back for him.
How does he look like?
Valerius looks very, very much the same way that he did from in your flashback. Give me 1 second, and I will share you an image. But this is the Valerius of modern nights.
Ooh. Oh,
He has a book.
He does have a book.
Zachariah will do like a how would I like a slight bow, like to his like you slightly nod his head, and obvious respect.
Giving a nod to you. Are you guys? And you guys aren't disguising yourself, just as
Nope.
one more thing. Okay.
No.
The body, as you bow, the bodyguards turn, look, come over. What's the password, guys? This is the male bodyguard.
John, what's the password?
We are James, man.
Perfect. Alright, then we will get on with this evening, finally.
It's only been 2 weeks.
Now, are you...
We need more words. Are we?
I know, I'm making sure that I'm not giving you bad information. So, what brings the four of you back to London?
We never left.
Well, you've been gone for the past 70 years.
We have been in Topar, my dear Valerius.
We took a short nap.
Dr. Schlaf. That's a sight. And Miss Lara, you're always radiantly beautiful as usual. Zach?
Valerius.
Oh, and John. Nice to see you.
Perhaps we could talk somewhere more private. We have some really important, delicate information to discuss with you.
He snaps once, says, "This is private enough." They're mine.
I have one question. Are they more loyal to you or the prince?
I made them. They're loyal to me.
Excellent. So we have indeed heard that you may be responsible for the death of Mithras.
Lyrian. Hello there.
And
morning.
at this point, he looks very, very shocked.
Ah, yes, I that is exactly the reaction I expected, but I want to assure you, we do not believe that. Not for 1 second.
Okay. Well, that's
Can
good,
I-
because I didn't.
Can I check if his reaction was genuine?
Yes, both of you can. John and Laura, because you guys asked me. Can you make me... You're just trying to see if it was genuine?
Yeah.
Yeah, whether or not it was feigned.
Alright, either wits plus insight or wits plus awareness. Ideally, it should be insight. And Laura, you add an extra dot here. Actually, add an extra die.
Ooh, 2 successes.
Okay.
This is going to be difficulty 4.
Oh,
Oh, that's sad.
And
You
that was
could
with the
reroll.
extra. You can reroll using willpower if you would like. Reroll up to three black dice.
So, for me, I've only got one black die that wasn't rolled, so it really wouldn't be worth it, would it?
I
No.
reroll 3.
It would if it crits. If you get a 10, then it's worth it.
That's a 10% chance. I'm not sure I want to spend the willpower for that.
How do I... Oh, wait,
So-
just
In the willpower box on your character sheet, if you click the little dice that's up in the upper right-hand side of that, where it says SP on it, if you click that, it'll bring up a menu that lets you choose which dice to reroll.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh dear.
oh no.
Oh no!
That's
Um,
suck ass.
Sad.
He is As far as you know, he is being genuine. His look of shock is very genuine. You have just walked up to basically an elder Ventru who was in charge of London at some point for Mithras as his regent.
And now,
And the current acting seneschal of the Camarilla, and asked him if he killed Valerius or killed Mithras.
The doctor wasn't asking him, he was telling him what he heard and that he in no way believes it.
He would be very shocked. He would be very relieved that you don't believe it, but very shocked that you heard it.
Do you want to know who told us that?
Yes, I do.
John just looks over at Zach like, probably better you break it.
Yes, with you sharing a clan, it may be best coming from you, Zach.
the prince herself.
Well, she's lied before.
It may come as a shock to you as well, dear Valerius, that she has asked us to help you to meet the final death.
Which we have no intention of doing
Exactly.
before things kick off.
Are you guys being... Are you being genuine?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have no reason to lie to him.
We're all fairly certain he could kill us right now if he wanted to.
Nah, Ventures suck.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's beside the point, though, Lara.
I mean, we do, but
That's true.
Alright. He is still going to... He is going...
what is he going
this.
to do?
Roll in the open. Okay.
Oh.
Valerius keeps his composure.
Ooh.
So, if you've not come to kill me, then why are you here?
Zach, would you like to tell the man why we are here?
Yeah, so how much do we want to tell him? I guess tell him everything?
He
And at this point, you also notice that Jack and Diane have moved back up against the car, and they are each holding their jackets back with weapons at the ready. They're not drawn, but they are there.
So I will explain to him that we are after a seal that she is in possession of. And in order to get the seal, she has ordered your death. She wants us to kill you or to prove that we have killed you. She wants a signet ring that you are wearing.
My signet ring. Oh, yeah.
But once again, dear Lord, we have zero intentions of actually killing you. Yeah, Jack and Diane. I love it.
Well, then you have no bargaining chip here if you have no intentions of actually killing me.
Sir, do you know what happened to Mithras? Do you have more information than we do?
Mithras died in a bombing in 1942 during the Blitz. Many of
Okay,
our kind
well-
met the final death.
Why do
Would you
have
like to see him back?
I mean, you don't really bring people back from the final death.
Well, there is a certain ritual that can be performed to bring a kindred back into his own life.
Well,
Fairy tales.
the same bombing that supposedly killed us.
No, you were put into torpor before the bombing. You disappeared before that.
Please, excuse my rudeness if you think so, but being obviously I am part of the Thermia. I mean no disrespect, but I have a little more knowledge of rituals than most, and I do believe this to be not a fairy tale.
I mean, I know who you really are.
Yes, I would expect just as much, being of a stature as yourself. See, we do believe that we can bring Mithras back after we have gathered these artifacts, but we also believe that we would like to see you live, and we would like to help you escape and have the Queen believe you are dead, and maybe you can deal with her afterwards.
I mean, fundamentally, if the Queen wants you dead, if we don't do it and it's not done, she's going to try and get other people to do it. If we help you, then she thinks it's done. It's end of the business.
Roll Dr. Schloff.
Surely we can come to some compromise here.
This is going to be difficult.
Okay.
Roll manipulation plus persuasion and add 1 dice.
Okay.
And you add 1 with the modifiers down below.
Yep. Manipulation, persuasion.
Oh, I want to roll persuasion. I got 3 dots.
And you only need 1 check mark.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, look at that crit. He drew me.
Oh.
That plus 1 dice, yo.
Yeah, right.
It saves your life. Okay. Fine. I want safe passage out of the city.
We have
If the prince is trying to kill me, she will succeed. I am her sire, and this is just the way things go.
We have a little ruse set up, so we are going to take you out in our car, and we are going to go to a checkpoint where we are going to switch cards, and hopefully to throw anyone off following us, and we shall get you out of the city. I put my honor on this.
I think Jack and Diane can take care of it from there.
In order to prove it's done, though, we're going to need your ring.
Yes.
Of course. So, you can take... He pulls his hands out of his pockets where they were resting, pulls off the signet ring that's on his left hand, and hands it and tosses it over to you. It's an easy catch. You don't have to worry about that.
Dex check.
Yes, critical fail. Jack and Diane. That is their actual names in this module, by the way. I didn't make that up.
And what does this ring look like, by chance?
It is a gold band that flares out with a singular large red ruby in it.
Do we think it's a white ring?
A what kind of ring?
The white one, or if it's just.
Oh yeah,
ring.
it's totally his signet ring. Yeah, it bears a signet on it actually.
How would Valerius react if we asked him if he could put some of his blood on it to make it appear that it was a combat situation and we forced it off him.
Absolutely not, Tremere.
Well, I can only ask.
Do forgive my friend, dear lord.
Well, it is just... The Queen may need some convincing, and as I said, I am a man of honor, and I have little use for your blood. But maybe you can. Do you think there's any other way to be convincing? She is not a very trusting person. Maybe you would agree to it if I was not to go near the ring.
You and I know just as well that blood would not get on this ring if you were to kill me.
Yes, I suppose. But you cannot blame a man for trying. He grins at Valerius.
Fair enough.
Maybe he
Now you have
would...
that song stuck in your head.
Is his clothing very specific to him?
Is his what?
Is his clothing very specific to him?
No, not at all.
No. Hmm.
I think a ring will probably be enough, yeah? It's not like he'd give it up willingly.
You would
know,
never give it up
situation.
willingly.
Right. Okay.
By the way, why do you think the Queen wants you dead?
This is just the nature of things.
The nature.
It just so happens to be a coincidence that the Queen declares Praxis the same year that our dear Mithras departs.
Well, I did come and tell her that Mithras was perished.
Oh.
Hmm. I do believe she has something to do with it, but that is for another day.
It is
Maybe we
important
should
to know
get
that,
you out before she arouses suspicion.
That's not necessary.
You
have
are
a
okay?
phone, right?
Yes.
Jack and Diane will see me out of the city. You have the ring.
Okay.
Make your way back. And he gives you a phone number, or he asked for your phone number. I'll call and we'll talk on the way.
Okay. The doctor will have given it him.
Alright.
I'm a bit hesitant to leave him off by himself. I mean, the girls won't be able to do much if she's tasked 2 teams to this in case we fail. I mean, if I was her, I would have put 2 teams on this. Redundancy.
I'm more than sure that Valerius can handle himself.
Can I use more premonition by any chance?
You'll have to make another rouse check.
Sure.
And then roll me resolve plus aspects difficulty 2. Perfect. You do not get hungry. You are
Aw.
real good at keeping that beast at bay.
Kelsey.
And resolve plus aspects.
Beautiful.
Just like me.
Wonderful. So, are you still focusing on Valerius?
Yeah, just trying to find out what will happen to him if he just goes by his own.
So, looking, you see nothing out of the ordinary. But you know that nothing untoward is going to happen to him. From your premonition. Like, you see him just leaving the city, is all.
Alright, I tell all of them. He can just go. He's fine.
Is that enough for you, John? Do you believe our accomplices' premonitions?
I've never led us wrong before.
Wunderbar.
Thanks for checking, Laura.
No problem.
Alright, what are you waiting for? Jack, Diane, car.
The doctor bows to Valerius and starts to make his way back to his own car.
By the way, I'm sure you know this, but just tell them my body turned to ash.
Yes,
Of course.
that goes without saying.
Let's go.
Now, before we head back, I'm assuming we're already out of earshot. We're just kind of by ourselves. I don't know if we want to go back right away. I mean, it would have taken time to accomplish this. If we were successful, we wouldn't just show up like an hour after, would we? Do we want to take a bit of time, make it look like we put a bit of effort in?
Yeah, and she may want to ask us how he did it.
Well, we better get a story straight then, eh?
At this point, the doctor looks over at Zachariah, cocks his head to the left of it. Any ideas?
Actually, no. I don't.
I would have no idea how 4 12th gen vampires would, kindred, would handle a 7th gen Ventrue.
So
It'd have to be fire, wouldn't it?
it would have to be fired. Yeah. So I will give you one final reminder that she did not want to know the details.
Oh, right. Sorry, I
Perfect.
forgot that bit.
Perfect.
Yep.
By the way, what kind of check would be lying to somebody?
To lie to someone, it can be a few different checks, actually. It all depends on what you're doing. For the most part, it is going to be manipulation plus subterfuge. If you are trying to lie to them in a way where you're not trying to manipulate them, or you're putting your charismatic tendencies for it, could be charisma plus subterfuge. If you're trying to, if you're on a polygraph, if you're on a lie detector test and you're trying to beat that, it would be like composure plus subterfuge.
All
Could
right.
it ever be like manipulation, intimidation?
It can be, yeah. But
Like
it
if
all
you're trying to
depends on
lie
what-
to someone to intimidate.
Yeah, if you're trying to intimidate someone, manipulation plus intimidation for sure. Or charisma plus intimidation, or wits plus intimidation, depending on, what you're doing. It's very flexible. It all depends on the exact situation. It's never going to be the exact same for everything. Like when you're shooting a gun, there are like 4 different roles for that. So
It's always a
So we're heading back now,
That's right.
or do we want to
We'll
take
pay
a take a few minutes, go back to our the Haven? What was the time frame she gave us again?
she said before the night is done.
Oh, so we need to go back.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
like 3 a.m., wasn't it?
Yes, it was. We're skirting sunrise here, guys.
Yeah.
Let's just
Can you
go
hear me,
back.
Penguin?
All right. So, I thought that would take longer, but this is the best time for us to take a break, because once we get back, we're not going to be able to take a break. So, go ahead and take
Okay, cool.
10 minutes. We'll be back at 5 after 11 a.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic.
Tea for the civilized, coffee for the barbarians.
Yes.
And
And-
beer for the doctor.
I was saying beer for the smart people.
Just because beer is notorious for making people smart.
That it is. So
All right.
pop this over.
So
Fun.
cool.
So-
Did you get stream muted?
I can.
Yeah. I mean, just mute audio while we're on break. Might as well.
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
for you. I totally forgot you took it. I totally forgot you took premonition, so now I have to like write
how
some
the
very
fuck?
cryptic things.
Ooh. So can premonition activate passively?
Yes, premonition can activate passively. You're supposed to do it generally around once per scene.
So
There
is that-
generally hasn't been a need for it, so I haven't been activating that.
So that's down to you, is it?
Yes. Basically, premonition is the in-game mechanical way for the storyteller to allow you to give you information.
Ah.
It is the in-game mechanical way for me to tell you something that you missed.
So in essence, it's an amazing power.
Yes. Hey, look.
Sorry, I forgot I had to just mute stream or mute their talking. There is bullshitting. Yes, so for all the new people, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. This starts off the week of Vampire and Dungeons and Dragons. We have a nice long schedule planned for this weekend. It's going to be great. And you can find that right below if you scroll down a little bit. Or my Discord. I got my big old buddy Ralph, my 30-pound kitty, wanting some attention. Hi, Ralph. And he's saying hi. Hi, buddy. Let me see something really quick. Okay. 4 minutes left. I'm ready to continue. Oops. What? Looks like we're about ready to come back.
And you can, and that's how you get your willpower back.
Almost back.
They change session to session, so it's no big deal. Oh, and we are back and back and back.
Yes.
Just so you know.
We be
All right.
back.
We'll be back. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
And
Dr. Nick.
And a Grim, and a Vex. It's a Vex.
Grimbex, thank you for the follow.
All right, so
What
back to our story of
coming
Kindred.
back from break.
So, getting in the car, leaving a one Elder Ventru. Where you going? What you doing?
I'd say we go straight back to the Queen.
All right.
She has no interest in how we did it. She just wants to know it's done.
Yep, back to the Shire. Or, well, back to the Shire. Back to the Spire. I'm sorry, wrong franchise, guys.
I'll ask John for the ring.
We need Hobbit vampires.
And then I will
11 seas is a new freaking meal right there, yo. That's terrifying.
Oh Lord.
It really is.
All right.
So Zach will try to put the ring on.
Now I've got to consider ring sizes. It doesn't fit.
Box.
It's too small.
Is Zach trying to put on his ring?
He did. He tried to, at least.
It gets a little bit stuck. But you can eventually yank it off of your finger. And suddenly, Dr. Schroff, your newfangled invention of a cell phone rings.
Okay, the doctor, remembering how Zach showed him how to use it, will press the green button.
All right. It showed the number of a unknown color. But as you pick it up, you are greeted once again by the voice of Valerius. All right. What do you want to know?
Okay, so at this point, the
Hello, Boss
doctor
Alert.
is
Well, good afternoon.
probably thinking it's best that Venture deal with Venture and pass the phone on to his compatriot, Zach.
Oh, do you want to put it on speaker?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I didn't think about that. Yeah, put it on speaker.
And I'll show him how to put it on speakerphone.
Yep. So the doctor will press the button combination that he's been told to.
All right.
Hello.
I also love how, like, none of you have any dots in technology.
I know.
So it's just the blind eating the blind here.
It really is.
Some of us have intelligence, right?
You have intelligence, but you don't have technology.
I'm not the smartest people in the world.
Doctor's a very old-timely man.
Yep.
Oh, so is the dear Zachariah.
Technology deals with phones. Anywho, you've put the phone on speaker, and Valerius's voice comes out of this tiny little box.
Doctor's quite shocked by this.
What do you need to know? What do you want to know?
I don't.
Well,
Having that
I do believe that my biggest question for you, Valerius, was why does the Queen want you dead? And to me, I would think it is one of the greatest crimes a kindred can commit, other than breaking the Masquerade to attack one's sire.
It's the cycle of things. There are very few kindred that don't end up killing their sires, or their sires killing them.
I see. This information actually comes as new information to the Doctor. He was not aware of that.
Yeah, neither was Zachariah. Vampires and Vino. Hello, Vampires and Vino. Welcome.
So, what else do we want to know? Saying that out of character. We have Valerius on the phone. We can ask him anything we need to.
Does he have some interesting information about the prince?
That was sorry.
Does he have interesting information about the prince?
Ah, I have just. Okay, so at this point, the Doctor. I'm assuming we still have the letter.
We do, yeah.
So the Doctor would like to ask about the silver ring, the bronze dagger, and the Phydrian cap. Is it? He'd like to know if
the Phrygian cap.
he'd like to know if he's ever heard of any of these artifacts, and if he may happen to know where their current place of residence is.
So, asking Valerius this, you hear a small sigh come through the telephone, and he, I don't actually know where these artifacts are. I know only the location of the seal.
Do you maybe know where we can find out more information about where these people reside?
Did you ask about the people? Or did you ask about the items? Because he doesn't know who has them.
All right. So being Tremere, would I know anything about Sri Sansa? Or did she come into being after I was in torpor?
Probably a little bit after, but let's leave it up to a roll for this. Let's go intelligence plus. Let's do intelligence plus awareness. This is a weird one.
Okay. Three successes.
All right. Yeah, you know about them. You know where they you know where their former haunts were. You remember hearing about them either in previous days or from your sire currently. Just like either a name drop and kind of where they are over in London.
So that's something that's worth asking Charles about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so out of character, I know what you said about the bronze dagger, but in character, we don't know that now, do we?
About the bronze dagger. I'm sorry, I missed you.
So what you told us about Seth.
What I told you about Seth. No. But Seth gave all of that information to Zachariah.
Okay,
So
right.
Zachariah knows this.
Yeah,
So Zachariah knows about. So would Zach ask? Does Zach know where Richard Duvard is, or is that something he wants to ask?
I would ask him if he would happen to know where he resides and also his the defenses, because Seth did tell me that he did try to go in and steal the dagger. He made it through the first layer, but the second layer kind of screwed him. Because if I was correct in thinking those were incendiary rounds, but I could be wrong with that.
Okay. So how does Valerius reply to this?
All right. So asking Valerius where Richard DeWard is. DeWard resides somewhere in the sewers of London. He has a large haven down there. I know not his defenses. I don't speak with him too often. And when we do speak, it's generally not in his haven, it's in mine.
Yes, I can understand you not wanting to go down there.
Nosferatu are
Yes.
disgusting creatures.
Yes, I do agree, my lord.
And do any of our characters know about Gwenllian, Dirge, Arwen?
No.
Okay, so the doctor is going to speak into the phone. My dear Valerius, do you happen to know of a lady known as Gwenllian Furcharwin?
Give me one moment. Know of her? Yes. Know where she is? Not really.
Do you perhaps know anyone who may know where she is?
The Queen probably knows. Someone at court probably knows.
What, sorry?
Someone at court probably knows.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so we've got a bit more information on all three of the people who own these current things. Has anybody got anything else to ask, Valerius?
No.
Well, if that's the end of our conversation, don't call me again. Don't call me.
I
If
shall.
I need anything, I'll call you.
Did he give us his number, or did he just take ours?
He just took yours, but he called you
Uh.
with an unknown.
Well, obviously we don't have the number then, so we can't get back in touch, can we?
No. Not with 4 members of a coterie who
No
don't have
dots.
any dots in technology. No, you cannot backtrace a phone number from no.
I mean, we've been sleeping. We've been in torpor since 42.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for non-owners to have dots in technology, to be honest.
Like at your phone.
Even with technology, John would not be able to do any of this.
No, not at all. I have a coterie of technically illiterate people. Totally fine.
And
It's okay.
one actual illiterate.
That's true.
I'll put a point into it when I get a chance.
Perfect. Alright. So, first things first, we are about to move into a new scene.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Generally, this is done at the end of a session, but Laura, you have technically completed your desire. Have you completed your desire? Let me ask you this.
Yeah, I feel very useful.
Okay, perfect. So, go ahead and recover that point of superficial willpower damage. I will actually do
Oh.
it for you. Perfect.
Is it too late to ask one more question? Has he hung up now?
No, not at all.
Excellent.
Ask away.
Because you just mentioning that about Laura reminded me of something else. So the doctor would like to ask Valerius if he's ever heard of a gem called the Midnight Sun.
Midnight Sun. What the hell is that?
No.
No, unfortunate.
It is too late to ask another question pertaining to that. Sorry.
Okay. My
You wouldn't
apologies.
know. But you
Okay.
don't be discouraged. You might find it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got you.
Excellent.
John.
It's going to be interesting
Here as well.
when, because I'm playing a worst cheated person Inquisition, and we're in 2012
All right.
London. This is going to be
So,
beautiful when this
Returning
comes
to
out.
the shard, we are now at around 2 hours before sunrise.
Great.
You make your way back into the same back entrance that you left from. Your driver pulls the car back in, and the shard is back as you left it. Where are you going?
See the Queen.
All right. How are you going to see the Queen? Are you going up the way that you came in originally, or what are you doing?
I don't think we know any other way, and we'd probably best to seek Lady Scarlet first.
Okay, so back in the room you were in before, there is the private lift that was there. Which one of you took the key card?
I actually think that was Nemexia.
Okay, cool. Zachariah, you have the key card.
Zachariah has a key card, and he will pull it out of one of his tuxedo jacket pockets.
All right, good. So, inserting the key card into the private lift, it whirs to life magically. Magically, it whirs to life. With a small ding, the doors open. You can hear the sweet sounds of the girl from Ipanema playing inside. And entering, the doors shut behind you, and the elevator moves up.
got stuck in my head.
That is the 100% point, Michael. So, going back up, entering the room. You find that Queen Anne is not there. But you are greeted by the smile of one Lady Scarlet. She is still clutching her portfolio as per normal. And as you enter, she looks at you. Well, is it done?
It is.
Wonderful.
We were supposed to tell the Queen directly, I believe.
Correct. She'll be back momentarily, but I've been asked to wait here for you as well.
Oh, of course.
And a few moments later, the Queen returns back through the door. Queen Anne returns, and Lady Scarlet, Your Majesty, they've done as you asked. Oh, have they? And she turns and looks at you.
We have, Your Highness.
Perfect.
And I will, Zachary will reach into his pocket and pull out the signet ring.
All right. Is anyone going to tell her that you have not actually killed him?
No.
Okay.
That's bad.
I need
Oh.
manipulation plus subterfuge from a Zachariah Tremaine, please.
Oh, Lord.
Give me 1 moment.
Oh, no.
As I-
Oh, no.
You have willpower, and I suggest you use it.
I thought you went to suck.
Oh, no.
Literally, suck those titties.
Do it again.
Keep using it.
Can I? No, I can't.
Are you full up on willpower? You've taken all of your superficial willpower.
Yeah, no saved. Unless he's going to let me reroll the whole bloody thing. No.
Maybe you shouldn't have been the one to do it. I didn't realize your manipulation was so poor.
Right. Well, you brought me the ring either way.
Oh, no. I'm going to die.
And she hands a note. She goes back to her desk, writes down in very exquisite handwriting a location and a code.
He's being nice.
And as she goes to pass a note to Lady Scarlet, Lady Scarlet doesn't immediately take it. She's suddenly distracted by whatever's going on in her headset. And indeed, you begin to hear the sound of helicopters.
Real quick, Azel, can I have seen whether or not she believed Zachariah? I just want to know where we stand with her.
You can make a wits plus insight.
Why can't I make wits roll?
Give me 1 moment here. She seems to believe him.
Okay.
Maybe. But you hear the sound of helicopters. And just as she's passing the note over, the lights go out.
I put on my beast eyes immediately when the lights
And
go out.
the shard is plunged into darkness. Beast eyes are on. Perfect. And you hear the sounds of glass breaking,
My pistol is out.
the screams of kindred, and the sound of gunfire.
Actually, can I bring my combat shotgun out and into position?
Yes, perfect. Lady Scarlet hands you the note, says you should probably leave,
I will grab it and shove it into my pocket.
Then she goes to an intercom and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, loyal kindred of London, if you look out the windows towards the east, you will see 3 helicopters. They are provided by your generous queen to take her loyal subjects to the safety of Birmingham. Please wait patiently while we arrange landing and embarkation."
Birmingham. Thank you.
What
and
is
then
this?
She said, and then, off mic, as she has handed the note to you, by the way, the Shard doesn't have a helipad.
What's going on? Why?
I suggest you leave. And then they go.
Let's go.
I'm kind
Where
of
do you
backing up. We're just keeping an eye on the sort of the rear guard as we make our way back to the elevator.
Are there
you
stairs?
following?
Are there stairs?
There are stairs, but you'll have to go through the main dance floor to get them. You'll have to go through the main place.
Considering we're in darkness, I'm assuming the power's probably been cut, so the elevators won't work. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so stairs it is.
To be fair, I could just jump off.
You can attempt to jump off.
We eventually do not jump.
You probably could jump off. You might be able to.
It says that I'm immune to damage from falls. I mean, I'll stay with them because I'm going to protect them if it needs be.
Well,
So, how are you getting out? How would you like to get out?
Zachariah will have his 357 Magnum drawn.
All right, I have a drawn 357 Magnum.
I tell Zach to just stay a little bit behind me, and I'll go take the Vanguard, shotgun leveled, and I'm just going, soldier style, room to room, just seeing if there's anyone who looks like they don't belong here. And if they do, I'm not hesitating. If they're kind, and I take a shot, it'll piss them off, but it's not the end of the world. And if they're Inquisition, then fuck them.
All right. So, going back out into the scene of the dance floor, it is 100% carnage out here. There is no sign of any of the people that you saw before.
No.
You see
Blood everywhere.
many men dressed in combat tactical gear fighting with vampires and kindred of all kinds. And they look to be in standard night sight goggles. As you exit, give me... Where did that character sheet go? There it is. I had to find my
Find something.
find my guys there. As they see you, a couple of them fire a few shots into your group. Are any of you trying to dodge, duck, dip, dive, or weave?
I dodge.
All right.
Am I aware that they're leveling guns at us?
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
'cause
you're all aware of this. Like, you have gunshots firing at you right now.
So the minute I see someone leveling, like turning to peek boss, I'd like to use my quick draw specialty to try and and my celerity to get a shot off at them beforehand, try and drive them into cover.
All right, you will try to fire back.
Ooh.
Because I've got a combat shotgun,
Second.
so the hope is that they're going to want to get down.
All right, firing back. Go ahead and make me dexterity plus firearms. All right, and
quiet.
the rest of you,
Damn it.
what are you doing?
I dodge.
Dodge. All right, dex plus athletics, please.
Also dodge.
Dex plus athletics, and Dr. Schloff.
Ah,
The Dr. Slaw will
Oh
try
my
and
God.
take cover and fire back.
Jesus.
All right. So
Can I use?
resolving.
Can I re-roll this?
Yes, willpower to reroll if you would like.
yeah, me too.
All right.
Oh, there we go. That's a little better.
Nice.
That is much better. All right, as
Lyran,
these
thank you for
bullets
the.
fly through the air
Thank
and
you.
slam through your coterie. Dr. Schloff, you jump down behind one of the couches, behind one of the
Thank
tables,
you for the
and
cheerbits
fire
and for
back. Can I get a
having
Dex plus
Seymour.
firearms from you, please?
How do I use reroll again?
Press that SP button on the willpower side, and that will bring up all of the black dice that you can re-roll.
2 successes, Azil.
Feed me.
All right, perfect. Good. So, Laura,
Trying
one
to
of these
escape.
stray bullets comes and grazes across your skin. You take 1 point of superficial health damage, which is 1 point halved, and then Zach, not so lucky.
Oh, but
Dr. Schloff, also not so lucky. One of the bullets comes through the couch, hitting you, Dr. Schloff,
how?
and that is
Feed me.
2 plus 2 is 4, halved is 2, so 2 superficial there. And Zach, you had 3 successes. 2 is 3, halved, rounded down. And a bullet slams into you as well. You take 1 superficial damage. Next round, where are you moving?
Move to the damn stairs. You get to
Any
this.
of us?
What you doing? Declaration of intents.
Continuing moving to the stairs or dodging bullets and. But yeah, we need to get to the stairs to get the hell out of here.
Just trying to run away and dodge stuff.
All right.
How many are there?
There are probably around 15 to 20 guys here, with more probably.
That are giving our coterie attention at this moment.
There are like 10 to 15 guys in the room that are just shooting at anything that moves. That isn't them.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, yeah, I go down low and I use rapid reflexes to just, keep to.
And if it's I'd look with my weapon drawn, if somebody's there in my way to get out, I would shoot them, obviously.
Also, I'm going to sling the shotgun, and I'm going to have my my 9mm out. And every time I get to a position of cover, I'm just going to fire blindly in the general direction that they're at. Just like take 3 shots, fast shots, just to try and get them to take.
All right. This is just per round. So this round you'll be moving rapid reflexes and taking a shot as you're doing so. So John, give me Dex plus Athletics, please. Actually, give me Dex plus Firearms. We're doing this on the move.
Oh, give me that same thing, because I have
Laura,
2
what
dots.
is up with you this round?
I run away and dodge if I have to.
All right. Are you using any powers? Are you doing anything special, or just Dex plus Athletics?
You mean for running or for dodging?
Whoa.
Yeah, if I have to dodge, I gotta
Air
use
horn.
this, but running away,
We got an air
I can't
horn.
use anything. Maybe cat's grace or something.
We got an air horn. It's a little loud. It's beautiful.
All right. So,
Something
That wakes
about
me
it,
up.
and stuff.
all right. So this is for your turn. Go ahead.
No,
and
you're good. It's supposed to be
give
that
me
loud.
Dex plus Athletics with added 2 dice for celerity.
It's supposed to be that loud.
You can spend willpower to reroll as you so choose. Zachariah, what you doing?
So, can I, are they all wearing those goggles?
Yes.
Well, never mind. Then I would continue running towards the stairs. If there is someone in there, or in my way, or within range that I can fire this weapon at, I will do so.
Sure. What were you wanting to try first?
Oh, I was going to use compel, but I can't see.
To do what?
To tell them, to whoever I can see, to stop. Because I believe it's a single word.
To be fair, they're probably trained to resist vampiric compulsion.
Yeah.
They're attacking the.
This is true as well.
Okay.
But I don't know if he would
This
know
is
this.
ballsy.
I don't know if Zachariah would know that or not.
Well, how many times in history that we know of has the Elysium been attacked by?
Okay, now this is
A
true.
few.
Thank you for the cheer bits.
The answer is a few.
Thank you so much.
They're small times. All right, perfect. So going through, I need Dex plus Athletics or Dex plus Firearms if you are trying to dodge or shoot back, respectively. And Dr. Schloff, what are you up to this turn?
Okay, so is there a specific person shooting at the doctor, or are they all just shooting at whoever they see?
They are shooting at
Oh my
whoever
God.
they see.
Wow.
Okay, the doctor behind the couch is going to attempt to
Horrible.
make a gun for the stairs.
All right, making a
Horrible.
gun for the stairs. Give me as fast as possible.
Oh yes.
Your pool does not look good here. So now is a good time to talk to you about another rule as well. So you can rouse your blood for potence to increase your die pool for a specific attribute. So if you
Okay.
like to increase your dex plus dexterity, you can rouse the blood, risking hunger to get a little bit stronger for the duration of this scene.
Okay, so what are you asking me to roll?
I am asking you to roll Dex plus Athletics. I know this is 2 dice for you because that is 2 plus 0. So
Oh.
I am giving you the option to rouse the blood for potence if you would like.
Ooh.
Okay, perfect. So go ahead and add a dice and roll me Dex plus Athletics.
This is still not going to be pretty.
This is not going to be pretty.
Can any of us do this at any time if we want to increase our dex?
Wow.
Yes, if you want to increase any skill. Generally, it should be done at the top before things happen. But yeah,
Oh, God,
I'm being
one
fast.
success.
I'm being fast and loose with all the rules because
One success, Derek.
one success. All right.
Because this is John would definitely rouse for increased dexterity in a fight.
Yeah, I would with my athletics because that's also a 0. If that is okay with you.
Yes.
John's beast takes control.
Yes, John's beast does kick.
Oh, so does mine.
Does Zachariah's.
I really want to hunt
me
all
one
these guys
moment
down.
to resolve a few things.
I want to play with them.
All right.
Finally, my beast is coming out.
Just double checking here.
I've been waiting for this.
Perfect. So, Zachariah, your beast takes hold. Now, come on, Sugar, you can do better than that. Get in there, kill them. John guttural growling continues. You want to tear out their throats. You want to go for these. Who are these people who can attack you? You are the master hunter.
They are prey.
So when Zachariah hears his beast, he like does a kind of a quick double take, and he says, "Callie."
Yes, Sugar.
But interesting. I'm doing the best I can.
And let me roll this so I can resolve all damages here. Perfect. All right. Dr. Schloff, you take 1 point of superficial health damage here. These are standard bullets, guys. It's okay. We're at the beginning. I'm not gonna murder you yet. John, were you trying to dodge?
I was trying to lay down cover fire to reduce the number of people firing on me while also I mean, I don't actually need to take cover because I have quick reflexes, which basically means I don't get any penalties even when I'm not in cover.
Right. So, as far as that goes, did you Dex plus firearms to redo
and
things?
I got
That was
three successes and a messy success.
All right. It's only a messy critical. That is just a regular success. It is only a messy critical if the hunger dice crits and the rest of the roll is a crit as well, or the rest of the roll is a success or crit as well.
Okay.
My brain is dying. So.
Is it hot where you're at too?
Yes, it is very warm today.
You live in Florida.
I do. So, Zachariah, Laura, neither of you take any damage. Laura is moving very gracefully, very quickly across this dance floor, and 3, 2, 1 makes it to the door with the stairs. Zachariah, as you are moving and firing back with your magnum, you manage to hit one of them. And he is downed. John.
So, question, is blood coming out of him?
No.
Okay.
You hit him with a 350 segment magnum into Kevlar. He's gonna be knocked back for a second. John, firing back in, you also hit someone. Are you firing with your combat shotgun or with your...
At this point, I'm firing with the 9mm. I'm just trying to lay down cover fire. Really just trying to keep them focused on me and to get them a little bit off edge.
All right.
I mean, I can see they're wearing combat armor and night vision goggles, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to necessarily kill one unless I get in close with the combat shotgun. Mm-hmm. And it seems like the rest of the coterie is going for the stairs, so I'm just trying to draw fire and confuse and disorient them as much as I can while the others get in position, because I know I'm the most robust person to take hits.
All right.
Which he is.
So, and as you're doing this, you also see over in the corner, the shadows are starting to take form. And you begin to see shadow arms and tentacles begin to grab and rip apart some of these police officers.
What?
Now, as far as
Tentacles.
you guys go, moving across, you do make it to the door. They're still firing. Do you go through?
Yes. Has anyone gone through the door yet?
I retreat.
Lara has gone through the door, yes.
I will also go through the door.
Alright.
I wait for everyone else to go through the door, and then I go through the door. Is it into a stairwell?
It is. This one will lead into a stairwell.
Okay.
It says exit above it. Dr. Schloff?
I'm hoping the doctor's made it through the door at this point.
Yes. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that your intention was to go through the door.
Correct.
Alright.
Is there a way once we're through the door to make it so the door won't open? Does it open inward or... Okay.
The door opens the opposite. Like, it swings open, it doesn't push open. So, like, it's a pull, not a push.
It pulls in from the... So, like, there's no way to, like, wedge something in there so it can't open?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Entering the staircase, you are on the 66th floor.
I'm going to jump down about 10 floors.
How? This is a standard winding staircase, so there is a hole through the middle. You can jump straight down, all the way down, or you can jump and attempt to grab onto something else.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump down after I'm about 3 or 4 floors down. I'm gonna try and push off one of the stairwells and then catch the railing, just so I'm at the front of the party.
So uncivilized.
and I can scout out a little bit ahead, make sure they're not coming up the stairwell.
All right. What power are you activating? Any powers here?
Yeah, I'll be activating Weight of the Feather.
Okay, perfect. That is what I wanted to make sure of. What are the rest of you doing?
Doctor is going to be running down the stairs as quick as he can.
Also running.
I jump down one set of stairs at a time with Cat's Grace.
All right, perfect. So, as the four of you start to make your way down the stairs, you see John bounding down, just jumping down the middle and kind of parkouring his way in between these two staircases here. Lara is taking stairs 10, 12 at a time, moving supernaturally quick. Dr. Schloff is just can't be bothered today. He is moving onward. And Zachariah is also just following along with Dr. Schloff. They're making their way down, letting the two quick ones make it. By the time you guys make it to around the 40th floor, the sounds of gunfire can start to be heard a little bit echoing into this stairwell.
I stop and wait for Zachariah and Dr. Albert to
They're right behind
catch up.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
There is a lift that exits into this stairwell right there. Magically, it looks like it's powered.
That's a bit.
Yes.
Perfect. So getting into the lift, what floor are you going to?
Is there a garage level?
There is a garage level, yes.
Is that where our car is parked?
That is where your car is.
Then that's where we go. Or
All right.
try to go.
All right. So, making it through the lift into the car, into the garage. It is almost pitch black here. You can see just barely. John, you can see just fine. No problem for a gangrel.
Stick close to me. I'll get us through.
All right. And who's driving?
I'll
Make it to the
drive.
car.
I would assume John.
This is the only reason you guys keep me around. When it comes to politics and social situations, this might as well put me in the closet. But.
I could. Zachariah could also technically drive, but you know.
Yes, all of you can technically drive.
I do have a dot. I do have a dot.
Let me like talk about what the drive skill does for you. The drive skill is not necessarily your ability to drive a car. Driving a car is a skill that is necessary for survival. So if your character was born at a time where automobiles existed, you can probably drive a car. I'm going to give that to you. The drive skill, however, is your ability to drive under pressure. It is your ability to drive quickly and safely while still getting the heck out of Dodge.
The kind of thing that you'd have if you spent years gun running in the Midlands and you need to get away from them.
Exactly. It also covers like your knowledge of like doing car chases, anything like that. So if you're trying to like speed away from ambushes, win some street races, or get out of any chases, that's where your drive skill comes in. And this will definitely be a drive skill challenge.
Do I still have the roused dexterity?
Do you?
Yes, it lasts the entire scene.
Well, Michael, do you have any dots in driving? By the way.
3.
He does.
Okay. Well, never mind then. You are driving this, John. Get us out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, boss.
All right.
Strap in.
The car, as you throw the car into the gear, slam on the gas pedal in reverse. You assume that's what the R means. You haven't driven one of these modern vehicles in a very long time, so we're going to take a penalty here. As you slam it into reverse, the car squeals and lurches to life. You turn the wheel hard, getting out of the garage and driving straight towards a barrier. Can you give me a resolve plus drive at -1 dice, please?
Oof.
You can.
I'm going to
use-
spend a willpower.
Yes, and you are hungrier today.
I'm going to spend another willpower.
If it will let you.
Oh. Can you not spend more than one willpower on a roll?
You cannot. Or at least you can't in the Fantasy Grounds rule set. I have to double check that. Again, it has been my brain dead. And my foot dead too. So, does anyone you're heading straight towards this barricade and you try to turn away at the very, very last second. The car lurches into the cement.
John.
Give me one more composure plus drive -1 dice, please.
I mean, I would have liked to have practiced driving before we did all this, but I suppose
Sorry,
I
it's
should
only 2
do
days.
that. Composure?
Composure plus drive, yes. -1 dice. And we'll just remove one of the failures. That's fine. We have 2 successes here. The car's a little beat up. It's a little harried there as you swing it back around into gear, back on the road, and driving straight through police barriers. You hope that this car isn't plated.
That whole point, John's just going, fuck, 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 fuck.
Where'd you learn to drive?
Now, normally John is really polite to you, Zach, but this time he just says, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, I'm busy.
Zachariah shuts up because he knows.
It's hilarious.
And as you are starting to get the hang of things, you make your way back into the London streets. And you have an address for a seal, and it is almost dawn. It's getting close.
Now, is there any way I can try to take some of the back roads that I know to get there in a way that would get us as quick, but avoid a bit of traffic, and maybe throw the cops off our scent in case they're following?
Give me wits plus drive.
Boss alert. So these random
The
traps,
answer is
all
yes,
these
but wits plus
points
Still
are
-1?
for
drive. Still -1 dice.
Dungeons and
Just
Dragons.
because you are not yet fully familiar with these newfangled
So
vehicles.
yeah, I'm gonna give you your points back.
Is that -1 dice?
That was -1 dice.
Because yeah, it's for
Alright.
Dungeons and Dragons and not Vampire. So I don't think there's
As
really random
the
traps
beast
in here.
surges forth
Oh yeah, I know.
while you are driving.
Yeah, those are for
You know
those
the
are for
back
D&D
roads.
games.
They are like a. You are like a hunter searching prey. And how do your physical features manifest, John?
Probably a little bit of growth of hair. Like kind of imagine, like when you try to pet a cat the wrong way, and the hackles start to rise.
But use them. I'm assuming you probably use it for James,
So,
aka
as
Kanala.
as you
Next
see
game he's
hair
in a
start
mine
to
that I'm
grow,
doing is
longer
Friday or Saturday
feline-like
afternoon.
hair, and it begins to raise as he's here. John, I'm going to, as is messy critical, because you are driving, I'm going to go ahead and raise your hunger by 1 here,
Oh no.
because
You
like that is
you
like the
can't
worst thing
express
that can
any
happen.
other way. Yeah.
Exactly. So that beast comes forward, and you begin to snarl as you drive this car and make your way through these back roads to the haven where the Queen and Lady Scarlet have sent you. Stop the car, pull into the driveway. What do you do?
Run inside?
All right.
Because
So-
Come out
it's
with my
almost
shotgun slung.
it's almost dawn.
You find yourselves outside of a small apartment building on the edge of the financial district near the Mansion House tube station. Most of them are empty, and on a small back street you find the entrance. The apartment itself is pretty modest. It looks like it's mostly an emergency safe house. So, inside the room, you find a large vaulted door.
We have a code, right?
Yes, you do have a code.
Let's try it.
Yes.
All right. Beep 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 beep. Entering the code, spinning the vault door, it miraculously opens.
Oh.
I'm glad someone
And-
remembered we had a code because I was gonna just shoot it.
I can assure you that your bullets would have been wasted.
And you couldn't read the code anyways.
No numbers. Numbers are not literacy.
So, inside of here, you see racks and cabinets all along the walls with very, very many interesting items. There's a collection of various weapons, knives to assault rifles, a selection of ammunition, and inside there are also quite a few other items that look like keepsakes. They're in various display cases. There's a Victorian evening dress, theater programs and tickets from the Regency, old books from an 18th century library, other trinkets and documents. Everything is very well preserved. And inside, are you guys looking around?
Yes.
All right. John, looking through, you find a picture of you
The fuck?
from the war days.
Boss, look at this.
The hell you what? What? Hmm.
Damn, I was fit back then.
Yeah, what happened?
Fuck you, boss. The fuck did I get wrong?
You find some surgical tools that remind you of your days in medical school. And you also, in one of the cases off to the side, is a large blue sapphire gem.
Okay, the doctor takes very big interest in this.
I stare at it.
It is very beautiful. And, Doctor, you know what this is. I'm not even going to make you roll for it.
Mm-hmm.
In here is what you know to be the Midnight Sun, your family heirloom.
Is it the actual full piece? It's not being split into smaller pieces or anything. It's the actual thing.
And is the actual thing.
The Doctor is entranced by this, as it's been lost for 500 years.
It looks as if it has been restored at some point.
Wow.
There are, like, crack marks across its surface. It is by no means in the best condition it was, but it seems to have been put back together. You pocket that. Laura, there's a collection of jewelry in here as well. For some of it looks familiar to you. Maybe it could have been yours. It's very possible. Yes, restore, that's a point of superficial willpower.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And Zachariah, there's a copy of an occult textbook that you used to study here as well.
I will pick it up.
All right.
Azel, are there any documents in with the picture of me? I mean, I know I won't be able to read them. But
What kind of documents?
just documents, like things that have squiggly lines on them that normal people seem to be able to make sense of.
Love it.
Oh my lord.
Love it. Yes, there are many, many documents in here.
Specifically that were with my picture.
There were a few with your picture, yes, but there weren't. But you have no idea what they say or what they are or what they mean.
No, but I can get Zach to read them to me later. I'm wondering if these people know about me from the war. That means that they might know who my sire is. So I'm going to pocket those documents.
Interesting.
And it seems odd, but you guys know that you can rest here in the vault.
Is there a seal?
There is a seal. It is in one of the glass cases in the middle of the room on a pedestal.
Something pertaining to every one of us.
Yes, especially this occult book. I'm kind of curious about it.
Is there anything interesting about the jewelry?
Yes, there is. On one of the rings is an inscription. And that inscription says, "To my dearest Lara."
Do I know who gave me that ring in the first place? I mean, I did have it before, right?
Yes, you did have it before. Give me a good old intelligence plus... Give me a good old... Let's do intelligence plus awareness, because that's how I'm doing remembering things right now.
I re-rolled some.
Alright. Spend that willpower. Alright. I know it says you succeeded, but I didn't change the difficulty number like a dummy. It was 3. So. Not quite.
How do I not remember that?
Not quite, because the blooding took some of your memories. But you might be able to search around and find out who it is, who it's from. It might take you a few nights. You can figure it out though. If you spend some time, and we'll talk about this between sessions as well. If you spend some times, we'll talk about what that means for you and
Okay.
who that person is. Yeah. You do need to feed, but it is very, very much becoming dawn very quickly. And you know that you either stay here, or you meet the sun, or you go to the sewers.
Here.
John understands he's going to stay here, but he's pacing. Like he actually at this point feels like a trapped animal.
Okay.
I've got the slight out of character inclination that Zachariah would not go in the sewers.
Zachariah is very, very against going into the sewers. And he also is very curious about this occult book.
Okay. Now, do you guys shut the vault door and relock it with yourselves in there?
Oh, definitely.
There is a key panel on this side, by the way.
I was say, is there a way for us to get out?
I'm not gonna just like lock you into a vault and be like, oh, well, campaign's over. Took care of those, Kindred.
I would definitely say we lock it.
All right. As the vault door locks, the sun rises, and you slip into your day sleep once more. The events of the night before that we are finally through fresh in your minds as your blood once again goes into slumber.
No, we don't automatically regain any health or willpower, do we?
Give me 1 second. You don't automatically regain any willpower. No.
Do we regain health while sleeping?
You don't regain health while sleeping, but we can make some checks for that when you awaken. So, this day passes without incident. All of the mortals go about their daily lives. No one finds you in this vault. No one comes after you. And you all awaken as the sun sets once again. And at this time I need all of you to make me a rouse check as you awaken. Zachariah. Alright, Dr. Schloff, you keep that beast at bay. Zachariah. Sugar. Please, you know you just want to feed me. Let me play.
Why are you...
Come on.
Wow.
And he's looking around. He says, Callie, why are you... I don't like this. What happened to the other beast? No, I don't want to deal with this voice.
Oh, well, you've got me now, sugar. You've got me now. You've got me now.
That is such an amazing voice.
Oh, no.
John, you are famished. It is just images of throats being torn open, of blood being slaked, bathing in the blood of mortals as you tear them limb from limb, and drink them dry.
At this point, I think my face has also slightly begun to take on a slightly more feline cast.
Yes, I would definitely assume so. We are getting very close to that. Lara.
My beast has come
What
out.
do you hear? What does your beast sound like? This is the first time that we've had to fail a hunger check for you, so.
What a very good question.
So, my beast is a
I'm not sure.
person that
Alright, we will talk
Zachariah
about that.
fed
So,
on
Suffice to
A
say,
couple nights ago.
you feel that
He bet on her because she was
ever-knowing
annoying,
hunger that
and
all
now
kindred feel.
she is his beast.
All of you know what this is, and it's unlike anything before. It's incessant, it's insisting, and depending on your own moral aptitude, then it might be something of a sore spot for you, depending on who you are. But that pipes up for you once again, and we start this next day in the vault.
Hey, John, you're right.
The next day is started in the vault. So what are you guys doing in here?
I do believe the doctor is very closely examining this jewel.
All right.
Zachary.
Could be. Sorry, go on, Chad.
No, go ahead.
Yes, he wants to make sure that it's not a fake, not a replica.
Okay. Yeah. No. It looks to be real to you.
Excellent. He just can't understand what it's doing here after it's been lost for so long. So that's basically why he's just be examining it and thinking to himself quietly.
All right.
Zachariah will be looking into this occult book.
So looking at this book, it's all basic things, stuff that you've studied before. Talking about various cults, various blood sorceries, not dealing with kindred. This is not a Masquerade preaching book, of course. It has, you know, all of it to be fake, but it is. But every myth, every story comes rooted with truth.
Interesting. Which I honestly don't know why he got the book.
That is probably what brought you into the supernatural in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know why I had that book.
So spending some time here, what are you guys doing? Where are you going next?
John does not want to spend any time here. John is like pacing in. When he sees that everyone else is just like studying shit, he starts like going up to the keypad and he's just hitting in random numbers, like kind of just, and it's not opening, and he's just starting to get a little bit feral.
John, stop!
When they talk to him, he just.
If you put the number in too many times, we could get locked in here.
You need to let me out. I need to feed.
Zach.
We all need to feed. John, calm down, brother.
I try to calm him down.
We all need to feed.
I look at him, and as I look at him, I take off my glasses, and I've got like full-on cat eyes and some whiskers, and my face looks all funny.
Yes, my friend, my brother, we will get out of here. We will all go feed.
Azil, question.
Sure.
Even though John may resist it, would I be able to use Dominate to attempt to try and momentarily help him forget about feeding?
No.
No.
Not for that. There is a
Okay.
different power for that, where you can remove hunger from people.
Right.
I believe. Which is a, I think it is blood sorcery. To check.
Okay. Cool. I'm just trying to think of a way to try and calm John down.
Could I compel him?
Get me food.
But you are free to go feed.
Well, I'm not. I'm trapped in a bunker, and I don't know the code to get out.
John,
Would
is,
Zach...
What's that?
I was going to say, would Zach allow John to go out and feed?
I mean, John isn't his servant, so John's a free man.
I know that, but he.
Let's just say, you all probably would have had to clean up after situations where I fed in this state.
So it's very animalistic.
I'm currently about like 60 to 80% cat consciousness. So if I find something that I determine is food, I might even play with it for a bit.
So what is your predator type?
What's my what?
What's your predator type?
You mean the one that came with the background, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly. It's
You're an
alley cat.
Alright.
So yeah.
Let's go hunt together.
I mean, if you guys want to order a pizza, I'm happy to kill a pizza delivery man.
I like the way you think.
Domino's.
It would definitely be. John would definitely prefer though to stalk someone through the night and kill them that way.
Mm-hmm.
And he will probably, if not with someone, he will almost certainly actually drain someone.
Are we close to any nightclubs?
Yes, actually. You are close to a few of them.
Well, maybe we could send Lady Laura into and have her bring back some people.
Sure, why not?
But John would very much prefer to stalk, wouldn't he?
Oh, if you open this door,
You're gone.
If you open the door,
John's gone.
John, and he's gonna be out. Like I'm like that cat who's like at the door, like open the fucking door.
I don't think any of us are strong enough to restrain you, especially in that form.
And you guys can totally split up and go do your own separate feeding things and meet back at an agreed upon location.
I wanna feed two at a bar. Club.
I mean, you know, yeah. I'd say let John go do his thing. Zachariah has a particular taste. Can't just eat anything.
Snob.
Oh, of course.
Okay, so we have an issue. Is we can open the door to let Lara out. If we open that door, John is going to bolt.
Could I mesmerize him by chance or compel him?
You can try to, but like you can't reduce his hunger.
I know, but to stop, to let her out, maybe either myself or the doctor or all three of us, and then leave him in here, and then come back because he doesn't know the code to get out.
That's true.
Wow, this is sad. You're just gonna leave this poor man locked up in here.
Well, in his state,
you may face violence when you return.
in his state, though, in his state, and where you said we're by a nightclub, he could just go on a killing spree or eating people, and then blood would be everywhere, and then it'd be no bueno.
Yep.
They would be with me enough to know kind of how I do things, right? They've been with me long enough.
I would suggest that
I'm extremely unlikely to go to a highly public place. What I'm likely to do is just stalk around the streets until I see someone who looks like they're in a good position, and then follow them, and then kill them.
Okay, are we going to let John out? That's the question. Because as soon as that door opens, if he is not in a lulled state, he is probably going to overpower all of us.
Odds yes, evens no.
I mean,
Okay, he's out.
Yeah. Success or failure, or we're gonna go success failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So success.
So John, I'll go up to John. I'll grab him by the back of the head and like do the
if he
head.
if he touches me, I shirk him off and I just like stare at him like I'm on edge.
We're letting you out. And then Zachariah will go up and punch in the code, which is 867-5309, and the door opens.
And I'm gone.
What's that? 867.
5309.
I did not notice him put in the code. I'm just staring at the door. The second it's open, I shoulder him aside, and I'm...
All right. As John bolts out of the vault and into the evening, this is a good time to also talk about how to heal yourselves, because some of you have taken some damage. If you would like to mend your health, any superficial health can be, you can make a rouse check once per turn. If you want to automate this, it is nicely automated in Fantasy Grounds. You can just click that mend button right there. If you would like, it will automatically roll your rouse check, and it will heal you. Zachariah, that beast comes out to play once more.
No.
And you hear, oh sugar, come on. Find me something. Lara, the hunger gets stronger.
I'm hungry. I go auto club.
Kelly. Kelly.
And
No.
Dr. Schloff.
We left
Come on,
you.
boy. You can do better. Get something. You deserve it.
Yes, I deserve food.
And Zachariah will say, "But I left you alive. Why are you in my head?"
And no reply. And you can do that once per turn, by the way. So like every narratively appropriate moment, you can do that once per turn. You can, if you want to heal aggravated damage, you have to do that when you wake up. None of you have currently any aggravated damage. But you must wait until the next nightfall, and then it's 3 rouse checks, plus your additional rouse check when rising, so you have to make 4 total.
Does that heal it completely, or just send it to super?
It heals 1 point of aggravated damage, as well as 1 crippling injury or similar impairment. You can only mend 1 point of aggravated damage per night. And if these rouse checks raise your vampire's hunger level above 5, instead of going into a hunger frenzy, you fall into torpor instead. That is the rules of empiric mending.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
So, the doctor is actually going to listen to his beast.
Oh yeah, Zachariah. Not to give anything away yet, but Zachariah does not like this new voice, and he is going to go and feed. Holy shit!
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. That is very, very warm. All right.
It is.
So where do you guys go?
It is 5 degrees, by the way.
Shut up.
Yes,
I
shut
go
up,
auto
Chad.
club.
I'm very
Oh,
interested.
right.
I'm very interested to hear what John's doing.
John is stalking he's basically walking the streets, trying to keep his head down because he knows that if anyone looks at him directly, they will be like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" And it isn't Halloween.
Yeah.
And he's just keeping an eye, looking for anyone who looks like a relatively well-off young man. Someone
Okay.
who's basically going to be going down any side streets. He's got his 9mm ready. He's just looking for an opportune moment to put someone to like basically do a stick up.
Yeah, sure. So let me take a look at you real fast. All right, so make me wits plus streetwise. Let's see if you can find someone. Woo!
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I was gonna
Oh.
kill him anyway.
You find someone. Yes, you do.
You were proud
There
to go.
there is a young man here. He is drunk. He is stumbling around. He is just passing an alleyway that you have stuck yourself into.
The minute he's within range, I just make sure no one else is looking. And I come up to him and I kind of trip him up so it looks like he's started to fall. And then I do the thing where I go to help him, and at the same time I put the 9mm right into his guts and I say, "You better shut your fucking mouth. Now come with
As
me."
you put the 9mm into his guts, you actually do pull the trigger, and blood starts to come out. You are in the middle of the street.
I drag him into the alley.
Yep.
I hoist him on my
need
back
you-
and I use celerity to just book it.
Yep, as you hear the screams of a few people, "Hey, they just shot that guy! Somebody call the police!" And are you picking this guy up and...
Yeah, if he's drunk and he's got a gunshot wound, I'm just gonna put him over my shoulder and start running.
Alright. You pick this guy up and you run. Which way? Down the alleyway? Down the street? Where are you going?
I'm going into the alleyway for the time being.
Alright, into the alleyway. This one eventually reaches into a dead end. It goes down across a couple of streets. Perfect blocks, you know.
Yep. Well, not really in England, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for this particular scene, yes.
English street systems, man, I'm telling you, you have no idea if you're from the States. They're wacky.
Terrible.
I'm listening out to hear if there's anyone coming down the street with me, because I'm gonna like feed and go. I just shot a man in the stomach, so he's gonna die anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look like a gun crime. I'll lick the wound closed when I'm done.
Yeah, go for it. All right. So as you are you feeding now?
Oh yeah.
All right. So as you feed, as you sink your fangs into this man and draw the blood from him, how much are you taking?
Oh, all of it.
Asking. Okay, cool. So, go ahead. I will do this for you. Pew, pew. As you drain this man, his blood is, I would say it's exquisite, but not to you. It tastes like, it's very alkaline. It's not your type. He doesn't. It's full of alcohol. It's full of toxins that you probably wouldn't go for, but slakes the hunger none the same.
I also then grab his wallet
Okay.
because I want people to think that basically it was fundamentally a robbery.
Okay.
I lick the wound closed.
All right. I will let that happen just as you take his life. It is closed. Do you leave his body in the streets?
Is there any suitable place I can dump it in this alley?
No. I mean, you're not in the streets, you're in the alley, but yes.
I mean, I'll look for any place I can just sort of obscure it from view.
All right, yeah, there are some trash piles around, there are some dumpsters here, there are some...
Yeah, I'll just get it wedged in behind a dumpster. Try to cover it up so that he looks kind of like a... I'll actually strip him of any of his nicer clothes as well. Try to make it look like he's asleep.
There are
this
no
guy.
nice clothes at all. He is a drunk random dude out on the club.
Yeah, then I'm gonna just try and organize it so he looks like a homeless guy for the time.
Okay. You do so, covering up that body, and making your way back I'm assuming you guys are going to go back to your haven, correct?
After done feeding, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And you, John, make your way back over to you guys' haven.
I don't leave by the same exit that I went into that alley by.
Of course. Yeah. I got you. It doesn't super matter. It's all good.
Did I lose a humanity point for that?
We'll talk about that.
Hmm.
And we'll make the rolls and stuff for that after this. I don't want to get like too far into mechanics. No. Who wants to go next?
So is Lara going to a nightclub?
Yes.
The doctor would like to join her.
All right. So what type of club would we like to go to?
I would be probably going for a more upbeat sort of place. The doctor is very laughy and happy at night. So kind of, I think maybe like a dance club or a trance club.
Ooh. And Lara?
Yeah, that sounds fine. I go with him.
The doctor would
Okay.
be very interested in feeding off somebody who is an avid user of drugs.
Ooh. All right. Let me just find my clubs here.
Are we gonna get the doctor candy flipping?
That's a term. So
You know the term,
also,
right?
I do. But also, what is Zachariah doing at this time as well?
So Zachariah is
Just
there?
in case you want a club as well.
No, it's too good. He's too good for that to feed off of. Is there any like plays or musicals or an opera or anything like that going on at this time, or getting out by chance?
There would be a few like upscale burlesque clubs
Okay.
doing like cabaret performances. As far as opera season at this time, we're probably in September of 2012 at this point. Season would be just starting. Yeah, there was probably an opera performance that is getting out at around this time.
So I
Maybe.
would be making my way over there and having all going and looking for a redheaded woman.
Okay, we will come back to that. So, do you want the upscale place or do you want the not upscale place? Lara and Doctor.
Kinda upscale.
Okay, going to the more upscale place, you find yourselves at. Yeah, let's go to the Electric. So the Electric is a large warehouse-style venue that is in Brixton. This is in South London, and it looks to be recently renovated. And it's more of a contemporary art space, but they do open for clubs. There is an open bar, there are people, there's a bouncer, you can see the lights going off through like the doors as they open and shut, and you can hear the thump of bass as it goes up there. There is a small line, and there is a bouncer at the door.
That's cool because I've actually been there. In real life, I've been
And
at
James,
that place.
you're muted.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
So,
good. I know you forget
as-
these things.
So as the doctor approaches the line, he notices that the bouncer is letting certain people skip the line as if they're more important and too good to wait. So what the doctor would like to do is walk up to the bouncer, look him directly in the eyes, and his eyes glow a little bit as he's going to use Mesmerize, and he's going to essentially say to this guy, "Greetings, I am Dr. Schlaf. I assure you that I am on the list, and this is my friend Alara."
What is your command? Okay.
Let us in.
Okay, let us in. Awesome. He is a mortal, of course. He is unprepared. But I do need you to make a rouse check for me, please, to activate this mesmerize. Success. Wonderful. And as you come up, Lara, on your arm, Lara, are you using any powers? Are you doing anything special?
I just use awe because I can.
Ah, wonderful. Dr. Schloff is coming with the most beautiful of kindred. Um, as awe is activated, all mortal eyes are on you. They are looking at you. They are wanting to be near you. They're reaching out. Does anyone know her? Who's that? Look at her. That is beautiful. And the bouncer steps aside, opens the door, and ushers you inside. Now, inside of here, you can see the haze of smoke. There are kind of a big light show going on. There is live music happening right now. People are dancing, and it just looks like people are having such a great time this evening.
So the doctor is going to walk to the bar. He's going to grab a Bloody Mary, and he's going to pretend to sip it as he's looking at the band.
Is there anybody dancing?
There are many, many people dancing. The dance floor is crowded, just a throng of bodies as these kind immortals go about their evening.
I look for somebody beautiful and dance with him, and afterwards try to seduce him.
All right. So let us make for you. Let me double check here. Give me wits plus awareness, and let's see if you can find someone who meets your fancy. And indeed, there are quite a few beautiful people in here. But let's see if... Perfect, yes. You succeed, it's not hard at all. You find quite a few beautiful people, actually. Some men, some women. All exceedingly beautiful for kindred. You tell me who.
Are they all by themselves?
Some are in groups, some are alone.
I take one of the guys that's alone.
Okay. What does he look like?
Pretty muscular, tall, dark hair, I suppose, and nicely dressed.
Wonderful. This nicely dressed, strapping young man goes very much along with you. He is super excited to see you. Hey, what's your name? How are you doing this evening? Can I get you a drink? Would you like that?
How about we dance a bit first?
Oh, I would love to dance with you. And he follows you onto that dance floor so fast. Dr. Schloff, what are you looking for in this club?
So the doctor is looking for a young female.
Mhm.
He's keeping an eye around for one that appears to be really high on something probably like MDMA.
Ooh. Yes, you see. Give me. We're going to take one of your skills into play here.
Mhm.
Give me wits plus streetwise, and since this is for drugs, add a dice. This is going to be difficulty 3. So moderate difficulty just because you are kind of looking for people that are specifically doing drugs. 4 successes. Wonderful. Yes, you do indeed find quite a few people who are doing some drugs. You see some shady deals going on, some money quickly being changed hands, small little baggies, little tabs being passed around. And you do find a woman who is feeling her fantasy.
Excellent. The doctor would like to approach her and offer his hand, as if
As you-
saying, "Go on."
Sure. Are you doing any powers for this, or are you just?
So as he approaches her, does she appear to be into him?
You know what? Success failure. Success. Yes, she is. She is into you.
Okay, so the doctor doesn't see any reason to use powers as of now, as he's already hungry.
All right.
So he's going to take the woman's hand and offer her to dance.
Okay, wonderful. She takes that hand. She is happy to dance with you. Oh, you must. I saw you outside. Yeah, you came in with that really beautiful woman. I'm so. How'd they just let you in here? You just passed.
Well, my name is Dr. Schlaf, and I am a little bit of a well-known name around here.
Oh, a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I love doctors. Tell me more. Let's go dance. Do you want to dance? Dancing sounds great.
I would love to dance.
All right. And you as well make your way to the dance floor. My Laura, where are you at in your evening right now? You have made your way to the dance floor. What's happening?
Well, after I dance with him a bit, I try to seduce him some more and get him to some quiet corner around here or something.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah, we can go over there. Yeah, that's fine. I've got your drink right here. And you bring him to some quiet corner of this club. It's not hard to find somewhere that's shrouded in shadow. People really aren't paying attention to other people around you.
Can I stealthily kind of feed off him while making out?
Yes, you can. As you go in, how are you doing this? Are you doing this through like kissing him? Are you doing this through like?
Yeah, first some kissing and then I go for his neck and then just suck some blood.
Okay, perfect. How much do you think?
Uh, hmm, how much do I need to take for 2 hunger points?
Just you can just tell me 2 dots of hunger, and that's fine. 2 hunger.
Yeah, then he should be fine after that, right?
Yeah, he might need some orange juice. He might need a cookie or something, but he'll be okay.
Then I do that.
All right. So as you sink your fangs into his neck, ooh, he tastes delicious. This quality of his blood is just so wonderful. It's very exquisite. As you begin to drink, we can remove those hunger, and I'm going to assume that you lick the wound closed.
Yes.
All right. As you lick the wound closed and let him get back to his evening. Wow, you are just something else.
I smile at him.
Hmm. And he smiles back.
Well, I gotta go back to my company. See you
Oh
later.
no, you can't leave. Come on, let me show you around. I know such a great place where we can go.
Maybe another time. And I walk away with awe.
Oh, but can I at least get your... And his voice just fades back
And
into
Athena
the rest
out.
of the crowd. Dr. Schloff, where are you at this time?
So Dr. Schlaff is on the dance floor, and he's going to pull this woman in close to him. He's going to put his hands around her waist. He's going to go into, as if he's going to kiss her, but then goes a bit lower towards her neck. And he is going to just take in a deep breath of this woman's scent, and he's going to use Bloodhound to attempt to determine this human's resonance.
So we are determining this human's resonance. Using what? My brain died.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, okay. I have to check the roll for that. Can you give me Resolve plus Awareness? This will be difficulty 3.
Would it potentially be any lower for being close to her, or has she got perfume on?
Mm-mm. Because that is just... You still have to be within olfactory range.
Yeah. Okay.
You increase the difficulty for perfume.
Perfume, and then you lower it.
Actually, yeah, lower it for intimate contact. We'll make it difficulty 2. Yeah. Let me change that. That is straightforward. There we go.
Okay. So it was resolve plus awareness. Sorry, was it?
Resolve plus awareness, yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Let me grab my quick reference real fast. So I can make sure to give you the correct blood resonance here.
To whim, I'd probably say chloric.
Yeah, caloric is probably going to be correct. I just wanted to make sure. But we will go with that for now and then change it later if necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very, very caloric. You can sense the drugs, you can sense the feel of that.
How is this woman reacting to this intimate kind of sniffing of her?
Oh, she is totally fine with it. She is dancing, arms are waving, and she looks... honestly, she looks stoned out of her mind. Yeah, she is not entirely there right now.
Right. So the doctor is then going to caress her neck with his tongue just a little bit, and then slowly sink his fangs into her. So he's going to be keeping an eye out in case anyone's watching.
All right, and none of this looks super bad, you know? Everyone's on the dance floor. People are close. People are definitely a little more closer than they should be, not practicing social distancing. So, you sink fangs in. How much?
2 dots.
You are at hunger 2.
Oh, I meant 2, sorry, I thought it was at 3. 1 dot.
Yep. 1 dot. Okay, perfect. I was like, are you sure?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
I misread my hunger.
Ah, okay. So, as you do so, you slake 1 point of hunger as your beast is sated a little bit for the moment. How much willpower do you get back for desires? You recover 1 willpower for your desire.
So as he's doing this, he's going to have his hand on her backside, and he's going to kiss the wound, lick it, then kiss her on the lips, wink at her, and walk away.
Okay, she touches her lips once, touches her neck, and continues to dance.
Excellent.
As if you probably weren't there.
She hallucinated it all.
Very possible.
So the doctor is then going to find Lara and walk away. And he'll make sure to nod at the bouncer as he walks out, just to
Okay.
keep up the ruse that the doctor knows him.
I take his arm and just use orb to make people stare at us.
Excellent.
Ah, wonderful. So entering, or leaving the way you came in, just as wonderful, just as beautiful, with all up, the doctor and Lara make their way back across town, and you eventually meet up with John at the Haven.
At this point,
Now-
John's just been in front of the vault because he doesn't remember the code because he wasn't paying attention. So he's just been sitting outside for like.
No, not that Haven. Your actual Haven.
Oh,
That's
okay,
where I
okay.
assumed you went. Was your actual Haven?
That makes more sense.
Yeah. I assumed you like grabbed all the things that you wanted. You like went back to your Haven. It's yeah.
Yep.
All of that's taken care of. Zachariah.
Zachariah.
So, opera performance. You found yourself outside of the Royal Opera House in London. Judging by the signs, it looks like there was a performance this evening. And it looks like in the locked room had just ended. As far as there are people coming out, they are dressed very nicely.
So he will have all going and will look for a redhead.
Okay. Looking through, you make yourself supernaturally alluring. People are drawn to you. They're looking at you. They're going by, shaking your hand, reaching out, and just all in all, giving greetings to you. They're not sure. Are you famous? Are you someone we've seen before? And as you're looking for someone, can I have a wits plus awareness, please, to find... Oh, yeah. Easy peasy.
4 successes.
You find a taller, thin, red-headed woman. She is in a royal blue gown off the shoulders, and in some very, very beautiful black heels. She has a large piece of jewelry on. She is very, very well dressed. Looks to be very well off.
So he will go up to her. and we'll attempt to make some chit chats.
All right. Hello. How are? You are. Have we met before?
Oh, not that I'm aware of. I believe I would remember such a beautiful person such as yourself.
Well, I suppose so. Yes, and not as beautiful as yourself, of course. Handsome, I mean. Sorry.
This is okay.
So what? Did you see the show? Did you?
Unfortunately, I watched some of it. I came in late, unfortunately. My driver took a wrong turn.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It was very, very wonderful.
I will have to catch it again, of course. My name is Zachariah. What is yours?
Maria.
And he will. He's going to want to kiss her hand. Can I use a lingering kiss on that?
That is a good question. This is during feeding, so you would have to feed.
Okay, I wasn't. Oh, sure. Okay, yeah. So he will kiss her hand.
Okay, so just a regular kiss and not the.
Yes, because he's not gonna feed on her in front of everybody.
And definitely not on her hand, right? Sorry, that wasn't to me. Okay, cool. All right. So as you kiss her hand, are you doing anything else? Are you doing anything to hide the fact that your skin is cold like death?
If I'm able to, I'm not sure.
You are. This is a good time to talk about that, actually. There is a system in the game for that. So, it takes a rouse check, so you risk getting hungrier, but you rouse the power of blood to give you the appearance of life. It's called the Blush of Life. It allows you to eat food. It allows you to have warmer skin. People could feel a heartbeat.
Is everyone able to do that? I thought that was only certain people.
That is everyone.
Oh.
That is just a power of the blood. Yep.
Yes.
Doesn't that relate to your humanity as well?
It does. It does relate to higher humanity. Means that you look more human. It is easier for you to blend in as a human. But the Blush of Life just makes it so that you can do more human things.
Yes, he will definitely do that then.
All right.
Oh no.
And the beast comes out again. You could drain her, Sugar. Come on, you know you could. Just kill her. Just do it. You know she's gonna taste so good.
And he will ignore her. He will not respond back to the beast. But he will still.
It doesn't do well to ignore your hunger, Sugar.
Then he will mumble under his breath, "I know. I will take care of it." Just a slight mumble, though.
All right. Your skin being supernaturally blushed with life. She doesn't notice anything odd. Oh, aren't you just the sweetest thing? And so handsome, too. Would you like to... I don't know. And she smiles and giggles a little bit.
Would you like to come back to my manor by chance?
All the way back? No, I can't do that, unfortunately, but I must at least get home this evening.
That is understandable. And he will... What do you have in mind, my lady?
There's a small coffee shop open. Just a cafe. It's a couple of blocks away. We could go.
Absolutely. And he will hold out his arm.
All right.
And say, I prefer tea myself, but coffee will do as well.
And there must be a stray dog in London as barks come ethereally through.
As to my... I observe, I'm sure you in the antediluvian arise.
Yes.
Yes.
Story reasons for the storyteller's dog barking. It's welcome to life.
Francois Ferron rules.
See? Rudy, hush. Now, you make your way over to this coffee shop. It's just a Starbucks. Who knew?
Oh.
Oh. Dang it, I can't say that on stream.
It is a place that has a lady on a green cup. Something like that, right?
Yes.
You're not allowed
Yes.
to say brand names on stream?
You're not supposed to. I'm not sponsored. We're not sponsored by anyone or anything like that. But it's good practice to avoid copyright at all costs. Like, at the end of the day.
I think it's kind of their fault for putting so many of them in London.
There literally is one on every quarter, and it's a problem. All right, so you make it here. Do you order anything? What do you do?
So I have blush still going, correct?
Correct. You still have to expel it later.
Right, but for now, I could technically order a drink.
Yes.
So I will ask what she wants, and then I will order a black tea.
A what? A black tea?
Black tea, yes. No sugar, no
Black
milk.
tea. No sugar. No milk. And can I have a name for your order, please?
Zachariah.
Zach. Got it. And goes off to make some drinks. What did she order? What do you think she ordered?
Probably a chai tea or a latte.
Ah, perfect. You're better than me. I was gonna say caramel macchiato, and was just like,
No, not her. She wouldn't be like that.
She's classy.
oh, but she would. That's still classy.
Not as classy as a chai latte.
So, there are a few seats open. It is very late inside. What do you do?
Show her to a seat.
All right, perfect. She sits down with you, and your drinks are eventually brought over.
And I will thank the waitress for this.
I saw you were sitting down. Normally we make you get up for them, but I figured I'd bring them over to you.
And I will give her a tip.
I can't accept these, but thank you. And she goes back and continues working this evening.
Fun fact, if you do come to England, we don't really tip here.
I know.
No, they don't.
I know. I'm well aware of this. But Zachariah is American still, and yeah. Anyways.
He is very American. Yes. Now, so the night progresses. How are you? What are you doing? What are you saying? What are you?
Just trying to like make small talk, learn about her, try to get in her graces, and flirting and all this good stuff.
Yeah, she starts telling you as you ask these questions. You find out that she is married. She has 3 children. This was her night off. She had purchased tickets and went by herself because her husband had to work.
His loss.
It is what it is. This is how adulthood works, unfortunately, sometimes, and here we are.
It does.
But enough about me. What about you? How are you here? You're clearly not from London.
No, I'm a banker. I'm just in town for some business. I'm just being here, enjoying the finer things in life, and thought I would try and catch an opera, but my driver unfortunately took a wrong turn.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for sometimes taking the taxis, or... But here we are. It's been great talking with you this evening. I really should be getting home. It's getting late.
All right, and he will walk her out.
Okay. You walk her out.
And he will totally go for a kiss.
Are you trying to do this stealthily?
No. Well, to her? Stealthily to her?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Do you have all turned on
Yes.
still? Alright. Awe is still on. You go for a kiss. She is very surprised. What do you do?
Surprised how? Is she pulling away or no?
She begins to pull away, yes.
Then I will stop. And I say, I do apologize, my lady. Actually, you know what? I will use compel.
You do not have compel.
I do.
Oh, wait,
I
yes,
do
you
have compel.
I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. I'm so sorry. I was looking at Dr. Schwab's character sheet. Wasn't paying attention. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, compel. What is your command?
Kiss me.
Wonderful. She does so.
Then, as kissing her, I'll like to so either bite her lip. I don't know if that'd get much blood out of that.
It'll do the same. It'll do what you want it to.
You know where I'm going with this, then.
Yeah, it's feeding during a kiss. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
it's totally a thing that you can do. Yes.
Yeah. So I would totally feed and then use lingering kiss while that is going on.
Okay. As the kiss goes on, blood fills the mouth. It's exquisite. It's just exactly what you wanted. And the beast comes out. Oh, just drain her, honey. Just kill her. Do it. It's the only way to get me to be quiet. And I need you to
bastard.
roll your unspent willpower, please. And to do that, just click the black dot. Or the black die.
Oh.
Not the willpower reroll die, the other one.
Oh no.
You are compelled to drain this woman.
I don't want to drain her.
Hunger 4. It's a problem.
I know.
I will give you one more. Give me composure plus resolve. And I will be a benevolent storyteller and allow this to.
Where is resolve?
Difficulty.
Kill her.
Difficulty 3. That was some very good.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was almost a messy critical.
That could have been fun.
Oh, but
That would have been hilarious. I'm trying not to kill you, trying not to kill you, trying not to kill you. I'm going to try not to kill you so hard that I'm still going to kill you. But you go to take a little bit too much. Your willpower takes hold, and you get lost in the feeding. You suddenly come back to your senses. She's still alive just before taking that last breath, but she has since passed out. You lick the wound closed, and you have a fainted woman on your hands.
Okay, then I will look for a taxi or something to that effect. But also, actually, I should probably find her purse first and look up her.
She has it with her.
Okay, and look up, pull out her wallet and look for her address.
You find the address listed on her identification on her card.
And then we'll try and flag down the taxi.
All right, you do so. You flag down a taxi.
And puts her in the cab, give the cab driver her address, and give him a, I guess I still have a good, I would give him a gold coin. And tell him to get her back safely to her home. That she had had a little bit too much to drink tonight.
All right, man. I'll take care of it. Worst comes to worst, I'll just build this one. And he goes off and drives off on his way.
And he will, Zachariah will have written down her address, by the way.
That's not creepy at all. All right.
Zachariah is such a creep.
There are reasons.
Is a creep. And with that, it is 1:15.
That was
We
fun.
will stop our vampire story here
Last fun
for
fact.
today.
Almost no Brits carry around any kind of identification which would have
I
their
know.
name.
That's why I was like, I know, and I'm just like,
I know. I just thought. I mean, it makes sense to do it anyway, but I just thought it was funny because it's the kind of thing where if you're in the States, you take it for granted that you probably have some kind of idea.
Yeah, and
Most of us actually carry our driving licenses around with us.
I would assume that if you drive a car, you probably have to have a license.
Yeah, because I know Mia.
Yeah,
Mia
if
always
you
has.
drive.
Mia always has her license.
Well, you don't
But-
legally have to carry it with you. You have to produce it in 3 days if you don't have it on you.
But if
But,
you have a
yeah, guys,
driver, like she probably does.
That
Yeah.
was really cool. Thanks so much for
That was such a good game.
playing. That was a really
That
good
was
game
fun.
today.
It was.
I really wish Zach had killed her though. That would have been hilarious.
Oops.
I really wish we had Seth.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
He was.
Who knows?
when you get
But
when you get back to the Haven, John is going to give you such crap for flirting with your food because like you were gone way longer than everybody else, and he knows you want to. You were like flirting with someone who you see literally as prey.
But yeah, you guys make your way back to the Haven for the evening. This week, just talk amongst yourselves, describe what Tell and me, and we'll talk about like where you guys want to go next, and we'll pick up next scene sometime after
Well,
this evening.
thank you, stream.
So where
Can
you
we-
guys have decided what you wanted to do.
Well,
We change our desires.
we got
Yes,
anyone
your
online that I
desires
know?
change every session. So if you completed a desire, I need you to figure out a new short-term goal for yourself. So that way you might regain some spent willpower. For today's session, because so much was done and we completed a chapter, I'm going to probably go insane here and give you guys 6 experience.
Damn.
Oof.
Which is
10,
lot.
23.
I thought you were going to say like 30 from the.
No. So you get a rate of 2 per session.
Let's see if anyone's online that I know
Generally.
to pass you guys on since we are
I
done
gave-
here.
I generally give like 1 per session. I gave 6 today for completing objectives, not dying, and just generally being together and engaged in
See
roleplay.
anyone?
That was such a good game. That's exactly what it should be.
Yes, I.
Well, I don't got
Wonderful.
anything.
Okay, so
we'll call it here.
yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
for
everybody for watching.
tuning in. We'll be back
Yeah,
Friday night.
you guys made my day. So
And
have a great rest
until
of the
then,
day, everybody.
enjoy. Thank you.
Well, thank you.